Russia's war on Ukraine overshadowed a trip by Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov to Egypt, Ethiopia, Uganda, and the Republic of Congo last month. On his tour, Lavrov sought to play up the view that Russia's aspirations are in line with Africa's.
We are living through a very important historical period, a period where we will all be deciding what kind of universe we are going to have and to live for our children and grandchildren.
Russia is now boosting relations with Africa that were abandoned after the Soviet collapse in the 1990s. Observers say the image of a superpower that countered Western imperialism is still present today.
After the revolution of 1917, the Soviet Union was pursuing an active ideological struggle under freedom to the colonial peoples slogan. And in the African mind, an image of Russia is primarily an image of the country that was actively standing against colonial domination.
Moscow has been cut off from the West after its attack on Ukraine, but doors are still open for Russia in Asia and Africa, whose leaders have hesitated to back international sanctions. The Kremlin, analysts say, will not miss this opportunity.
Very many African nations have not joined the sanctions pressure imposed on Russia that had been initiated by the West. They prefer to stay aside in this geopolitical controversy of Moscow and the Western capitals.
The war in Ukraine and the blockade of Ukrainian grain shipments has set off alarms in many African countries, which depend on those exports and are now facing shortages or even famine. Moscow sees a chance to win the cooperation of these countries.
Trade, investments, energy, public health care, food security, no doubt, because so much is linked to the security situation in Ukraine. The African states suffer due to the restrictions on grain deliveries.
With Lavrov's visit, Moscow sought to reassure African nations that it would continue to supply grain and work to renew its presence in a region where it had been long forgotten.